Okay, back at that neutral spine. Now let's push our hips off to the left, and we're going to turn and look towards our right ankle. So we're really pushing off onto the left side, and then we'll come back the other way. Push your hips off to the right, look towards your left foot. Go ahead and go there a couple times. Getting that low back moving, you know, as we sit a lot more probably now than normal. Moving can help a lot. So spread those fingers out wide, tuck your toes under, and then I just want you to hover your knees off the ground a couple inches, okay? So it's kind of like a plank, right? A modified plank. So from this position, push through your shoulder blades, get a little more active there, and then keeping your knees bent, push through your heels just to get your legs active, okay? And let's hold for 10 more seconds here. Keep a nice steady breath. 6 more seconds. Then we're going to lift our hips up high into a down dog. In 3, 2, 1. Push those hips up high. Keep a nice bend in your knees. And then just trying to sink your chest a little bit closer towards your quads. Relax your shoulders. Relax your head. Still keep a nice bend in the knee. And then try to just pedal out your feet, right? Alternating back and forth between your right and left, bending, trying to get that heel a little closer. And then go ahead and bring it back to neutral. Get a nice big bend in your knees. And then again, try to push that chest a little bit closer to your quads. And then from here, try to reach your heels a little bit closer to the ground. Get a nice stretch through your calves. All right, go ahead and rock forward to a high plank position. So hands right underneath those shoulders. We're up high on those toes, okay? So let's do a few form check things here. One, we want to push through the space between our shoulder blades, right? We don't want to be saggy here. We want to push, create a little doming effect. And then if you find that your knees are bent, push through your heels, getting those legs nice and active. Okay, now from here, lift that right foot up off the ground. So now you're just on one toe, and then bring that right foot forward and set it on the ground outside your right hand. If you can't quite get it there, right, just take a couple steps to get there, and then drop your left knee to the ground, and then untuck that left toe. Okay, so right foot, right, your right knee should be directly over top of your right ankle. So it's not, right, just adjust to get there. Left hand's gonna stay on the ground, and then take that right hand on the inside of your right knee and just kind of push that hip open, right? You might come on the pinky side edge of your right foot, letting that left hip get heavy and sink down towards the mat, and then look over your right shoulder. Just take a couple breaths here. And then square your shoulders back to the front. We're going to go to a half split. So from this, you're just going to shift your hips back towards your left heel. That right leg, your right foot is going to be flexed, right? And you can keep a nice bend in the knee, right? We're just really looking to get in that right hamstring. And then you can lean over that front leg too to get a little bit more stretch there. All right, and then go ahead and crawl forward. Both hands inside that right foot. And then go ahead and take that back knee off the ground. And we're going to take that right foot back to meet your left. And we're going to go the other way, right? So left foot comes up off the ground, and then bring that left foot forward outside your left hand. Go ahead and drop that back knee. Right hand stays planted. And then left hand is pushing on the inside of that left knee. Again, coming on that pinky side edge of your left foot. Let that right hip get heavy. Pull that left shoulder back, looking over your left shoulder. Sometimes you might get a little spine adjustment with that twist. And then go ahead and square your shoulders to the front again. Shift those hips back. Flex that left toe, right? And then lean over that front leg, really looking to get in the back line of that front leg. Take a couple breaths there. All right, then go ahead and crawl back forward again. Both hands on the mat. right knee lifts, and then you're gonna come back to that high plank position. And then from here, I just want you to lower all the way down to the ground. Oh, my shoulders are so sore today. So let's go ahead and stretch those out. So take your right arm out to the side, and it's either gonna be at a cactus position, you could bring it to like the shape of a Y or a T, okay? Where we're gonna look to feel this stretch is the front of your right shoulder. So move, you'll move your arm as you see fit, okay? So right arm is out, left hand is underneath my left shoulder. I'm gonna turn my head, my right ear is gonna be on the ground. And then I'm gonna take that left leg and come up and over to the right side. Maybe setting that foot down, right? You can decide whether you wanna open that left hip or not, but push into that left hand, get a little more weight onto your right shoulder. And then go ahead and roll it back to center. Let's go the other way. Left hand goes out, right hand underneath that right shoulder, and then right leg's gonna come up and over. Trying to not hit the squat rack. But again, pushing into that right hand, try to get on that left side. Right, go ahead and roll back to center again. Both hands underneath your shoulders there, tuck your toes under. So get to where you're hovering, right? Your quads aren't on the ground, right? We're not laying down, we're active. And then we're gonna push up to a high plank. And then go ahead and lift those hips up high again. And then walk your hands back to meet your feet. Keep a nice big bend, right? So your chest is pretty much up touching your quads. Let your head go heavy and then grab opposite elbows with your hands. Still keeping that nice big bend in your knees. Try to lift those hips up a little bit higher. Let that head and neck go heavy and then maybe sway left to right. And then let your arms go long so they're on the ground there again. And then just slowly come up to stand. Your head will be the last thing to come up there. And then go ahead and grab a sip of water if you would like. I have never had a PE class with so few cameras on. I'm hopeful that will change. So anyways, all right, so that's what I call a little bit of mobility magic. And that's just trying to get our hips and shoulders and knees and back prepared for whatever work we're going to do. We have about 8 minutes. So let me see, what do I want to do? Okay, I want to do an EMOM 6. I'm going to type it in the chat box here, so then you guys will know what I'm talking about. So I'm sure many of you are like, what the heck is an EMOM? So an EMOM stands for every minute on the minute, and we're going to do it for 6 minutes. Let's do 3 different movements. How about some push-ups? How many push-ups we want to do in a minute? We'll start light. We're going to go 10 push-ups on the first minute. On the second minute, how about we go 15 sit-ups? And then on the third minute, we're going to do 20 air squats. Okay, so we're only going to work out for 6 minutes. We're going to go through this 2 times, right? So each movement you'll do 2 times, okay? So first though, let's talk about what do these movements look like, okay? So a push-up to start out with. So everybody get in a tabletop position to start. Talk about a couple different options we have for push-ups, right? So from a tabletop position, if I wanted to do my push-ups on my knees, I'm going to walk my hands out a little bit more to get my body nice and flat, right? So I could do push-ups on my knees. My hands are still going to be underneath my shoulders. I'm bringing my chest to the ground, elbows are in tight, and then I'm coming up, okay? So there's one option for push-ups. Another option could be I could do full body weight push-ups on my toes to come down, and then I could go to my knees to come up, right? So this extra weight on the resistance down is going to help build my strength, but maybe I'm not quite ready to do a full push-up yet, right? Or I could stay on my toes, chest to ground, come all the way up each time, okay? So again, our hand position is right underneath our shoulders. We're not out wide, right? So bring our hands, chest touches, and then come back up, okay? Quads are not touching the ground at all. So go ahead and try 5 of those this morning, see how those are feeling. Oh yay, another camera. Hey, Andrew. So just try 5 of those, whatever variety you want, see how those push-ups feel. Give it a try. Nice. Heck yes, keep that midline tight. Good work, y'all. So that'll be our push-up. You can, like I said, do whatever variety you want. You'll have a full 60 seconds to do 10 reps. Don't start yet though. Okay, and then our next movement is a sit-up. So when we do these sit-ups, we're looking to sit in a butterfly position, right? So bottoms of our feet to touch, knees out wide. It's mostly to get rid of our hips working and really try to utilize our abdominal muscles to sit up, right? So I'm in my butterfly position. My fingertips are gonna touch behind my head. And then as I come up, I'm gonna touch in front of my toes, right? So all the way back and all the way forward. So go ahead and try 5 of those, see how those are feeling. This morning, 5 sit-ups, give them a go. And then once you're done with those 5 sit-ups, go ahead and get to your feet. We're gonna work on an air squat. And an air squat is simply squatting with no weight, right? Like if you were in the weight room, you could use a barbell to put on your back, that would be a back squat. You could hold it in your front, that would be a front squat, or over your head, that could be an overhead squat. But we're going to squat the air, right? Our body weight, okay? So get to your feet if you're not there yet. Okay, so squat position, your feet, so go ahead and follow along with me here, okay? So get your feet about shoulder width apart, maybe even a little bit wider. And then ideally in a squat, we want our feet to face forward as much as possible. Everyone's hips are going to be a little bit different. So you might find that your feet turn out a little bit, but not, about 15 degrees, right? We're not looking for like a ballet type turnout, as little as possible on the turnout, okay? So now from this position, put your hands out in front about chest height, and then you initiate a squat by pushing your hips back a little bit, right? Like you're reaching for a chair, okay? So that's where our squat will begin. And then when we squat, we also want our knees to come out. And the reason we do this, and you're gonna hear me say this for all 9 weeks, is that it then gets to use your glute, the back of your body, okay? So you gotta push those knees out, okay? So air squat, hips back, pushing those knees out, and then I wanna get that hip crease below my knee, hip crease, knee, right? You can see that they're lower. This is not a squat, that is a partial squat, right? So when somebody says, I squatted 400 pounds and they only went this deep, it's not quite a squat, right? So all the way down and then coming up, hips back, knees out, chest up, right? So go ahead and give me 5 squats. Good, yeah, push those knees out, love it, keep that chest up, so good, awesome. Good deal. Okay, let's do this. We only got 6 minutes, so we'll get through it here. So you should be able to see my clock here. But as soon as you get your reps done, just rest until the next minute, okay? All right, let's do this. 10 seconds. We're gonna start with 10 push-ups. In 5, 3, 2, 1, go. You got 60 seconds, so work on that technique. Keep breathing. Break them up if you need to, right? You don't have to do them all in one set. You got a full 60 seconds to get them done. 30 more seconds, then we're on to sit-ups. So remember on this, you're gonna bring the bottoms of your feet to touch in a butterfly position. Touch behind your head, touch in front of your toes. You got 15 reps. About 10 more seconds. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. 15 reps. Keep your hips on the ground. With the back of your hips, your low back. Nice job, y'all. 30 seconds in. Once you're done with your 15 reps, go ahead and rest. And then we're on to our feet for air squats next. All right, 10 more seconds. Remember, being relentless on that form. Don't get sloppy with it. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Hips back and down, pushing those knees out. Going for 20 reps. Keeping those feet flat on the ground. Squeeze your glutes at the top each time. Going for 20. Once you're done with those, go ahead and rest. Good work, y'all. And we're gonna stop there. We're at our hour for today. I know it wasn't much of a workout because we had to get through everything, but people who I had for camera on was Emma, Genji, and Andrew. What's your last name? Andrew Reed. So for you three, I will put in your 10 points for Weaver workout number 1. You don't need to do anything. Everyone else, you either need to submit a time-lapse video of what we just did, the mobility magic. We did 1 round of push-ups, sit-ups, and air squats, or answer those 5 questions, okay? Our next meeting will be Friday, same time, right? 10:45 again, same link. We will spend the whole time working out, right? There won't be much talking. And yeah, I'm hopeful that a few of you will be willing to get your cameras on. Be a much more enjoyable 9 weeks. So Emilio asked, do we need to submit a video, then answer the questions? You need to do one or the other. Yeah, one or the other, you get to decide. Oh, and then another student asked about the weekly journal. You know, we're just starting today. So if you didn't do any activity on Monday, just say rest day or didn't do anything, right? That's fine. But just fill it out with whatever you happen to do for Monday. So, all right, friends. Well, I'm looking forward to the time with you. You know, movement and exercise and training are some